Hey everybody, Don here. In this video, I'm going to tell you which things you should learn if you're an iOS developer to prepare for take-home tests. So, if you're an iOS developer, there's typically two styles of interviews that you're going to do. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the take-home test portion of it, right? So typically, you're going to give an assignment, and you're going to be asked to do it in 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, and 7 days. Now, I've done my fair share of take-home tests, and I've seen a common trend that has occurred, right? So, what is these concepts that you want to learn, right? So the first thing that you want to learn is how to display values in a table view. Now, a table view is going to be something like the Mail app on your phone, right? So I'm going to try to give you an example here. So if you take a look at the Mail app on your phone here, I'm going to not show you my emails here. This is called a table view, right? Let's take a look at another app, right? So let's go with Gmail. You can see that this is also a table view, right? But it's a modified table view where you have an icon and you have some sort of a description, right? So you can see why this concept is really, really important and why you should learn it, right? So typically what you do is if you're starting out, I would start with printing out some sort of an array. Let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I would attempt to display that inside of a table view, right? So in order to do this, what you need to do is you need to typically the way that you do it is if you're doing it in a storyboard, you're going to drag the table view into your interface. You set your constraints, that's not important. You set 1 as a prototype cell. And then what I like to do for code readability is I like to create an extension and conform it to UI table view data source and UI table view delegate. And then in the cell for row at, you want to define your cell. You want to define your different array values with the index path.row, and then you return the cell. And then you also need to define how many rows that you're going to be doing, and it's just going to be whatever the length of your array is, or in Swift it's going to be .count, right? And of course you need to display this in the table view. So in your view did load, what you need to do is you need to do the delegate. So you need your table view.delegate, table view.data source is equal to self, right? And that's pretty much how you display values in the table view. Now, another thing that I've seen that's really, really common is fetching some sort of data from an API, right? So typically, you're going to be doing it from an online API, so you're typically going to give some sort of URL if you're a junior developer, or some cases like when I interviewed at LinkedIn, what I saw was, you might have a local data source where you're given the array values inside of that data source, and it was on device rather than on the web, which helps with the performance, but that's not the point of this video. So it's really important that you start off with knowing how to do it with the URLs. So you're going to do your URL, you're going to launch a get data with your completion handler, guard let URL is equal to URL, else you're going to return, do the completion handler, you're going to launch your URL session, your data tasks, print out your data array, do the structs and stuff like that. So that's something that's really important, and that would probably get you 90% of the way. I've definitely seen in bigger companies that they make it a little bit harder on you, but if you're interviewing at your local startup in your particular area, that's pretty much the extent that I've seen, especially if you're junior. If you're senior, the game's going to be a little bit different. Of course, I'm not qualified to do that because I'm not a senior dev, so I'm not going to talk about that. So, if that video was helpful, don't forget to hit like, comment, let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. And, give me a subscribe, it really helps support the channel. Also, let me know if you want me to do more iOS content. I'd be happy to make it. And without further ado, I'll see you in the next video.